When someone walks out of your life, you expect fireworks, an explosion of anger, betrayal sharp enough to cut, or a break so deep it echoes for years. But sometimes, it's nothing dramatic at all. Sometimes it's just a handful of words spoken too softly, with a tone that feels a little wrong. That's how things unraveled with Daniel. We had been together for years. Ours wasn't some epic romance or whirlwind passion. It was steady, familiar, a comfort I thought would always be there, like an old teacup, chipped at the rim but warm in your hands, dependable in its simplicity. Maybe that's what doomed us. Slowly, without noticing, I leaned on him too much. He became part of my daily rhythm, woven into the fabric of my life so seamlessly that I stopped seeing it. And in my exhaustion, my confusion, I began to push him away, not out of cruelty, but out of weariness, uncertainty, and a quiet sense of being lost. That night, we sat on the couch. No shouting, no accusations, just two people side by side, bound by history, but not much else. He turned to me, his voice soft. "Are we okay?" I hesitated. I could have said, "I'm just tired," or "Can we talk later?" But instead, frustration got the better of me. I gave a half-hearted shrug and muttered, "Maybe we should just end it." I hadn't meant it to cut so deep, but the silence that followed pressed on my chest like a stone. He didn't argue, didn't plead. He just nodded slowly. "Okay," he whispered after a long breath, "if that's what you want." But it wasn't. I thought he'd fight. I thought he'd ask for answers, hold on, refuse to let go. Instead, he stood, walked to the bedroom, and quietly packed a bag. I sat there, frozen, realizing too late what I had set in motion. I wanted to stop him, to say, "Wait, that's not what I meant," but pride kept me quiet. My silence held me hostage. He walked out with nothing more than his backpack and keys. No final embrace, no slam door, not even one last glance. And that was it, the last time I saw him. Something inside me cracked in a way I hadn't known was possible. That first night, I told myself he just needed space, that he'd call, text, come back once he cooled off. I left the porch light on, despite his usual complaints about wasting electricity. My phone became an obsession. Every buzz made my heart leap. Every stretch of silence thundered in my ears. But no message came. By morning, the bed was colder than I imagined it could be. His side, worn from years of routine, seemed already to have released him. I stared at his pillow and thought about the way he always faced me in his sleep, one arm stretched toward me even in dreams. That quiet reaching meant more than any grand gesture. I hadn't realized how much I cherished it, until it was gone. When my best friend asked, I told her we were on a break. Said it like I had control, like it was temporary. But her skeptical look mirrored the truth I didn't want to face. A week passed. No calls. No can we talk? No do you still love me? Just silence. Not bitter silence. Final silence. I clung to pride, telling myself I'd done the right thing, that we were drifting anyway, that he wasn't my forever. But the truth tugged at me endlessly. I hadn't wanted it to end. I just didn't know how to say, "I'm lost, and I need you." Instead, I said the opposite. One night, I pulled open the drawer where he kept scraps he never threw away, receipts, movie stubs, tickets from old trips. I found a faded receipt from a gas station on our first road trip. We'd stopped for candy and energy drinks, laughed so hard we almost swerved off the road. I sat on the floor, clutching that crumpled slip of paper, like it was sacred, sobbing until I couldn't breathe. That's when it hit me. He had loved me completely, steadily, without conditions, without demands. And I had mistaken that kind of love for weakness. 2 weeks later, I broke. I sent him one last text. Just 6 words. I didn't mean what I said. He never answered. That silence still echoes inside me. Months have gone by. People say time heals, but I don't believe it. Time doesn't heal. It only teaches you to carry pain more quietly. Some mornings, I still expect to see his shoes by the door or hear the coffee machine. He always started before I woke. Instead, there's just the hum of the fridge, the emptiness of a place once shared. No angry messages. No second chances. No let's talk. He left without drama, without revenge. With grace. And that's what hurts most. I always thought heartbreak would be loud. Screaming, broken plates, slammed doors. But the real kind is silent. It's clean. It's someone choosing peace over chaos. And Daniel did exactly that. A friend told me later that he moved 2 towns away, got a house, adopted a dog, started hiking again. He seemed settled. Still the same steady man who once fixed our wobbly kitchen table and hummed while watering the plants. He built a new life without me, and he never looked back. Meanwhile, I'm here. Same apartment, same table, same kitchen, but nothing feels the same. I pack my weekends with chores, drown my nights in TV I barely watch, and lie awake with a shadow of what I lost. Not because he left, but because I push him away. The worst part is, he would have stayed if I had just asked. If I had said, I'm scared, but I love you. But I let my pride be louder than my heart. I let one careless moment carve out a permanent ending. Now I tell people we grew apart. It's easier than admitting the truth, that I told the only man who ever truly loved me to leave. And he did. Sometimes, closure isn't a conversation. It's the soft sound of a door closing, for good.